Guys, so our weekly video, this guy's our big fella that you've seen a few times, Balerion the Dread. He's doing well. So it's kind of July is I guess the middle of winter for Australia, and we're a bit south. So these guys are found quite locally. Oops. Didn't like the door banging into him. These guys are found pretty locally, not where we're in, but all around where we are, so below us, above us, kind of thing. So it's native to their temperatures. They go off their food now, and we keep all ours outside. As you guys know, if you've watched the channel, we keep them all outside, and we keep our cockatoo making a bit of noise. Apologies for that. But yeah, as you guys know, we keep all our goannas, like our adult goannas, outside, and they are on heating. So this guy, he spends most of his time during the winter in his heated hide behind you, where I pulled him out of. He's very heavy. He's doing a lot better these days since when we got him. When we got him, as you know, he took him to the vet and got like 300 small ticks pulled off him, and treated him and all that kind of stuff, and got him to really good health. And now we feed him on whole dead prey items, I should say, and he's starting to get really used to us. Is it Joanna behind me? Oh, yeah, she's going back. His girlfriend's going back into the little hide box. But yeah, even though we've got them in heated hides, and even though they are from this area, we still, like, every day we're out there checking all of our goannas and all of our animals, giving them all health checks. Every chance I get, I'm kind of pulling the goannas out as well. Even though they're happy to kind of sit in the hide box and just sit there, they much prefer to be in the sun. So if it is a really warm day, they'll climb out of the hide box and climb into the sun if it's not so warm. And if we get the opportunity to pull them out and bring them into the sun, we bring them out and sit them in the sun, and they do quite enjoy it. You got to remember the reason we do check on them. Some people say, oh, you can just, if they're from that area, you can kind of just leave them, not worry about them, let them do what they're going to do. Or even not even put heat on them. But there's a lot of stories of people, even experienced people, that have unfortunately lost an animal because it's just wandered somewhere where there's not enough warmth, and it's gotten too cold. And the thing is, you got to think, in the wild, they've got the ability to find wherever the temperature is the warmest, wherever they want, and the driest, the perfect optimal temperature. Whereas in your enclosure, even though you're putting heat bits in, or like, say you're not putting heat bits in, for example, they don't have the ability to find what they would naturally find in the wild. So you've got to provide that to the best of your abilities, and it doesn't hurt to put extra heat in there. It doesn't hurt to go around and check them. They're magnificent animals, and if you just go around and check them every day, or whenever you can, get them out, then you're not going to accidentally lose one of these magnificent animals. And these guys live ages. There's a guy, we were doing an expo, an older fella, and he had a lace monitor. He said he had a lace monitor, and he's had it for 50 years. I reckon it was about 10 years old when he got it. This guy, as you guys know, it was sold to us as a 4-year-old, which is clearly, definitely not 4 years old, just by the sheer size of the fella. He's 2 meters long, head to tail tip. When we last measured him last year, and the head is just massive, like the bone thickness. It's just dense as all over him. So I reckon he's, again, probably closer to 20 years than the younger side of things. Because we've got our, as you guys would know, we feed our animals very, very well, and on whole prey items, and you'll see, you've seen Big Slice, our big parenti, and he got, we put as much food into him as we could when he was younger, and putting on that optimum size growth to get him as big as possible, and even he's not as big as this fella is, and the like the skull of this guy and our 10-year-old Lacey's is just nowhere near as chunky as these guys. These guys, I think they just get thicker and thicker as they get older and bigger, and but they are absolutely magnificent. And this guy, as long as I support him really well, he's pretty comfortable with being held these days and being touched, and he's even comfortable with going into the enclosure. And one of the reasons for that is all the work we've put into him with getting him out and handling him. Like not overly. We're not doing that every day, obviously. We're doing it whenever we can. And if he doesn't want to be held a day, we pop him back, let him go back in. But generally, he's pretty good. The other thing that helps is we've got a goanna in there that's really used to us, and that really does help. If you've got one, even with training our young goannas, we've got a couple in the enclosure. If we've got a couple in an enclosure, and they're moving about and they're touching each other, they're getting used to being touched, even if it's not by us. Getting used to seeing us, and then if you throw into the mix when you put in one that's used to us and comfortable with us, these guys are highly intelligent, and they see that, and they see that, oh, that goanna's not upset, he's not stressed out by this other one, by this human, and maybe it's not something to be stressed out about. And still got to take it slow and be very careful. Like, this guy would be much more comfortable sitting on my shoulder, and I, like, to be honest, I don't think he would bite me at this point, just like randomly bite me. And like, I'm, as I said in the last video, I'm in the process of writing a book on these things, and these guys, they are not at all unpredictable. They're very predictable. If you know what you're doing, you look at and you watch them and you learn their language, they're not unpredictable at all. And I don't think this guy would bite me if I put him on my shoulder, but he would probably still at some point, maybe straight away, try to climb up on top of my head. And his claws are razor sharp. Anytime they touch me, they open me up a bit. He doesn't try to like slice me up and scratch me. He's always been pretty good like that, but I do find that the bigger they are, the less they try to do that, unless of course you're talking about pulling a straight up wild one out. But yeah, he just wants a good perch to support his whole body. He's a very heavy lizard, a very big lizard, and the more I can support his whole body, the more he's going to be comfortable. With our other goannas that we've had since hatchlings, and we know them a bit more, like Big Slice and our other big Lacey's, we can kind of sit them on our shoulders to some degree. They still try to climb on the head. I'm not entirely overly eager to put a couple on my shoulder at once when they're that big again, because they do chasings around my head, and that was a tiny bit unpleasant. Cool photo and cool video, but a little bit unpleasant. But no, this guy's really awesome and very heavy, very heavy. Love all of our Lacey's. So that's the video for this Sunday, and I will remember to put another one up next Sunday. And yeah, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram. My Instagram's under the same as YouTube, and then our business Instagram, Dragon Training Mobile Zoo. And we're halfway through the school holidays, so if you are local, make sure you get out to one of the venues. We do a fair few shows during the school holidays. I think we had 4 shows in total today, and then pretty much 3 shows every day for the next week, with all of our little critters. So get in there and see us, and then once again we'll be at the Penrith Reptile Expo on the 1st of September with all of our zoo animals and some Lacey's and diamonds and womas to kind of sell and move on. And yeah, so thanks again, guys. We'll see you in the next video. I'll put this guy back now. He's very heavy.